Hello and welcome back to everyone. Respect and some edition of Smackdown Out of 10, and with Backlash right around the corner on May 10th, WWE has a lot of work ahead of itself to set up the rest of the card and settle from the feud. Friday's show continues to build up for the PLE while also advancing some specific blue brand storylines. Alistair Black made his return to WWE following WrestleMania 41, facing off against The Miz, as well as much more on. We started things off with Damian Priest. He got into a scuffle backstage with Cyrus Coe and Jacob Fatu as LA Knight walked right past him towards the ring. He gave a promo and actually showed some respect towards his opponent for the night, as the Archer of Infamy came out and said he had to get revenge against Drew McIntyre last week, so that's why he got involved. Knight still blamed him for how things went down. Things got a lot more tense as they started throwing blame around, so they agreed to have a match right away until later. A ref ran and we cut to a break with the match already in progress after. Bruce was in control until Knight counted Knowles going hit to suplex. This was a solid match, but if you have these two work, then you can almost predict every spot that's going to happen. It followed a pattern, which wasn't a bad thing. But yeah, it was just didn't maybe feel as competitive as maybe it could have done. It got better as it went, but Scoa interfered and caused DQ to ruin the end. Knight and Priest worked together to take him out. Fatu showed up to even the odds and take out his rivals. But yeah, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. It was okay, but just felt like it had maybe the potential to be a bit better. Elton, Prince and Kip Wilson were then in action against SmackDown's newest duo, Fraxium. The High Flyers were had the upper hand early, but Pretty Deadly eventually found a way to use the size advantage to take control. Both of these teams rely heavily on double team offense, so we got a lot of 2-on-1 spots throughout the match. Pretty Deadly had a good showing, but this match was all about making Fraxium look good, and it accomplished the goal. Fraser hit a Phoenix Splash and got the pin for his team to cap off a fun and fast-paced match. So yeah, overall, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. We then got The Miz versus Alistair Black. Nia Jax came out to give a promo that ripped into Tiffany Stratton before that, who came out to interrupt her right away. It didn't take long for Naomi to cut out and stake a claim for a title shot. Jay Cargill came out and chased Naomi to the ring. As the brawl broke out, so did Tiffany and Jax. Aldis eventually came out and booked a tag match for later in the show before we got Alistair Black versus The Miz. Carmelo Hayes was in the A-listers corner. Black ended up nearly winning straight away with a spinning kick, but The Miz ducked it. He used a cheap trick, but Black quickly managed to counter. After the A-lister got in a couple of hits, Dutch Destroyer became more aggressive. The Miz swung Black into the LED apron as he went to a break and controlled the pace throughout the break, but Black began to make a comeback after a few minutes. A lot of people probably expected Black to get an easy win, so it's a little surprising to see him have to fight so much. It's not negative. The Miz is a former world champion, so they shouldn't be jobbing. The Dutch Destroyer cartwheeled out of the skull-crushing finale and hit a spinning Black Mass to get the win, and after surviving a distraction of Hayes. So yeah, I think a solid win for Black, and also doing some good work for The Miz as well. So yeah, on the whole, I thought it was decent. Get 6 out of 10. It was then time for Zelina Vega versus Piper Niven. The ally of the woman she beat for the title, of course, Piper. Chelsea Green and Alba Fire were used at ringside to support as Niven tried to use her power advantage to push the champ around. Vega used her speed to avoid her grasp and then hit any kind of offense she could. Niven took control after dropping Vega on her face. We returned for a break to see Vega trying to build some momentum up, only to end up getting hit with a senton. It wasn't perfect or even close, but it was a surprising competitive fight that given Niven more a chance to shine than she has for a long time. Sadly for her, Vega picked up the win after Green accidentally hit Niven trying to interfere. So yeah, I thought it was a 5 out of 10. Maybe feel a bit rushed, but I thought the action we got was basically intriguing. So yeah, good stuff. We then got Randy Orton, who came out to talk about his feud with John Cena and ranted for a long time about what a fake Cena is and promised not to let Cena retire with the title. The promo went interrupted, and the Viper said Cena is the latest legend he needs to put down. Before we got Rey Fenix versus Escobar, Escobar has approached Phoenix earlier in the show and they had a disagreement. That locked up and Santos immediately went for a race lock. These two are men who know each other well and the epitome of Lucha Libre in WWE, so they weren't hard from the get-go. Escobar was trying to keep Phoenix to join forces whilst hitting chops. They didn't use any kind of breakneck speed some people may have expected, but they kept it spready and sprinkled in big spots and, just keeping it going. Everything they did looked great, and if WWE wants to extend this into a full feud, they do a cracking job because Phoenix gave the win with Meteora from the top right to end a fantastic performance. 7 out of 10. This week's main event saw the tag match Aldis booked earlier in the show with Jackson and Naomi taking on Cargo and Stratton. The two sets of rivals paired off and began fighting as soon as the bell rang. The ref waited until Jackson and Tiffy rolled out of the ring to declare Naomi and Jade illegal competitors. Cargo had the upper hand at first. Naomi turned the tables and began taunting her as she beat her down. The match played out as expected. The rivals fought a little harder when they were in the ring with each other as they did against the other opponents to make those few feel more personal, and it worked for the most part. This was was a decent match, but it definitely fell short of being what maybe should have been a main event. The big moments when Jay powerbombed Jax for the win, but it definitely closed out on a high note. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Probably a mixed bag, but still not a bad main event. And overall, SmackDown gets a 6 out of 10. It's a pretty average episode overall, and kind of left a cloud hanging, obviously with the releases that are going on, and we never really saw any significant storyline advantages. Having a pay-per-view coming out so quickly as well, I maybe thought we'd see a bit more. So yes, 6 out of 10 for me.
Guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.